We're just
Okay. Hey, I think we are recording. All right. So I'm Amy J, and I'm here with,
Kitty Floss.
and we are here to tell you about the vibe of the week. So before we get started, I have to tell you a little interesting story, and Kitty is going to go into it more when she does her part on the energy that's happening in the skies. Um, we we had this meeting planned, and this is what part of the week is. There's a there's a little bit of a confusion, maybe a miscommunication, and it wasn't a bad way. We knew we were meeting, but we thought we were meeting for completely different reasons. And so it was funny because we're like, what are we here for? She's like, aren't we here for, and this kind of thing. So we knew that we were meeting. It was just we were confused about the possible reason. And so that's how it feels like it's going to be. There's going to be some confusion with communication, or what you think as opposed maybe what is or what someone else thinks. So that's going to be very interesting this week. And so for my part of the vibe of the week, I'm really thinking that pulling in some earth energy. Of course, I'm a Taurus, so I do that all the time anyway, but just maybe be in communication with some trees or the animal spirits, or just something that can kind of ground you and help you with that, because it does feel like that it's going to be a little confusing. And as Kitty's going to tell you, tons of stuff happening this week, with the planets and with the heavens. And so you're going to understand completely what I'm talking about having that little bit of confusion. So before we go on, what do you do to help yourself through this time? And that's what this is all about. Vibe of the week is causing an awareness of what's happening. And if you know about it, then you can do something to help yourself get through it, help manage it, whatever the case may be. You've got that opportunity. Sorry, the camera looks weird. Because you have the awareness of it. And that's what vibe of the week is. Go ahead, Kitty.
It really is. It's about, if I'm aware of this energy, can I step back, learn from it, and unattach to some of the other things that we tend to make. This week is really about learning this is not personal, and not just detaching, being unattached to it. Yeah. So that's what our hope with this vibe of the week.
Right. Yeah. And that's why we bring it to you, because we hope that it helps you. Sometimes we hear from you that you're saying, wow, I understand this now, or this makes sense, or thanks for the heads up, per se. So let's just get right to the card reading here. All right. Go ahead.
11:55. Perfect.
Oh, all right. Perfect. So I asked Metatron to bring in some cards just for the collective for this week. And this is so Metatron. First one is love. The number 6, the heart energy, the heart chakra, the rose quartz, all this stuff, the pink energy, love. So relationships and harmony. You might have to have more of this, because with that communication or that confusion, oh boy. Okay. All right. I have to share this with you. I don't know, it must be personal story day. I had a little miscommunication that was clarified with my mother yesterday. And then, I kind of received the message that, it's okay to do that. It's okay to use your voice. It's okay to say what you need to say, but you need to do it with love. And what just popped up on my screen that you're not privy to is my mom writing me. And the first thing, I didn't read the whole thing, but I heard it say, sorry about the misunderstanding. Wow. Boom. Spirit, like, hit me over the head with a feather. I get those a lot. But anyways, and I'm presenting this card with relationships and with love and understanding, especially if there's confusion. And what you see as your truth might not be what they see as their truth, but somewhere in the middle lies the truth, if that makes sense. Okay, so do it with love, but also the fire dragon energy. And this came to me last night. And you know what? This is weird. I'm wearing red. It wasn't planned, but it's number 19. And it's the dragon's strength. It's just that dragon's fire. So that to me says, yes, you have to do it with love, but you also have to have that strength. You have to have that inner strength to make sure that, that you are doing what is right for you. You're fine. Go ahead, Kitty.
The word that's running through my mind, and I don't usually jump in, is passion, with passion.
Yes. Yes. Red. Red to me means passion. Look at all the fire, the red, the passionate, beautiful. And that's all right, Kitty. You can jump in whenever you want. But anyways, yes. So this is what Metatron's saying. Love, but not only love, but that passion and that fire within your belly. Sometimes you got to just pull that up, from your belly. So when you're struggling with the communication, when you're struggling with the confusion, when you're struggling to find that passion, I'm suggesting you do the grounding. You go to things that will ground you. You go out to nature. You communicate with the plants and the animals and be really conscious and aware of what you're seeing. Like lately I've been seeing the bumblebee constantly. So what does the bumblebee need? So look into that. If you're always seeing the spirit totem animal that might be coming to you, check it out. What is it? So I asked and brought through a tree card, the Wisdom of the Tree Oracle. And the one I got, and I'm going to look it up real quick because this is a deck that I don't use very often. And I'm not sure why, because I absolutely adore trees. So why I don't use it that much is kind of, I don't know why. Oh, generosity. So I got the apple tree, and I will show you the card because it's a beautiful card. And the apple stands for generosity in this case here. And the message from this is, I grow in orchards and gardens across the world. I bear delicious fruit and my spring blossom cheers you. On hot days, my leafy branches cool you. If you sit beneath them, I share my bounty with you. I love this because it's, again, the bounty, the open heart, the sharing, the sharing of your gifts. The apple tree is, it's cheering you on. It's asking you to, open yourself, open your bounty, be affectionate towards others, and especially because miscommunication can cause misunderstandings and some maybe not good feelings, especially if it's something that occurs quite often, like with my mother. But we're not going into that because this is not my reading. Although maybe, no, just joking. All right, so the next one here. And I drew these cards ahead of time because I just thought it would save some time. And the first card then I went was to the animals. And I said, all right, so what kind of animals, what kind of totem animals can come to us this week as well? And I got number 6, the snake.
Scorpion.
All right. Now, snake, I'm not a real big fan of snakes, but the Native Americans think that the snake medicine is so super, super, very important. And it's about, let me see here. It's the power of creation. It has to do with the psychic energy. It has to do with teaching you on a personal level that you are a universal being. So it's really very important to them in their culture, this snake. It's transmutation. It's transmutation is what it stands for. All right. So if we got this then it's saying to us, there might be something that you need to transmute this week. Thought, action,
That fits in
desire.
so well.
Oh, good. That's what the snake is telling you. That this is, and it's heavy magic. They believe that it's heavy magic. And I got to tell you, in listening to people that I listen to online, I keep hearing the word magic. This is a magical time. Tune into the magic, bring the magic into your life. So, wow, there again, the snake, that totem animal, is telling us that there needs to be some transmutation, but it's going to be done under the umbrella of magic. And how beautiful is that? Okay, so bring in that magic. And this one popped out too. This is the lizard, number 36. And maybe some of you actually, have these as your totem animals or your spirit guides, or you have some kind of a, what do I want to say, a connection with them. And the lizard, let me see. So it's telling us a story about the snake and the lizard in this book, in the book that goes with the things, which is hilarious because, well, I just drew the snake. And so the snake and the lizard have a relationship here. Lizard laughed to himself. Snake, he said, you are looking for shade, but I am looking for shadow. Shadow is where the dreams live. So the lizard medicine, or the lizard, brings to you dreaming. Okay, it's about dreaming and the side of reality where your dreams are reviewed before you decide to manifest them physically. So the lizard is about dreaming, but again, with that little bit of chaos and confusion, make sure that there's some truth in that, or if there's something that needs to be transmuted about that, just make sure it's clear. But it's definitely about dreaming. And the lizard is also reminding you to pay attention to your dreams and the symbols. Like I just said, pay attention to those spirit animals that are coming in, and maybe go, why am I keep seeing this? What is it about? So again, for my part, I just want to say that there will be some confusion. Kitty will talk about that, but bring nature in, bring the trees in, bring the animals in, bring your spirit animals in, bring that dragon's fire,
Bring the
bring that
elements.
heart, huh?
Bring your elements. Bring the elements.
Oh, absolutely. Bring in all the elements, and hopefully you'll be prepared to handle this week, because I'm a little scared of what Kitty's going to say, but I'm going to pass it off to her and I'm going to listen intently. What does this week have in store for us, Kitty?
If you're listening now, everyone, go like this. This is a week where 2 planets go retrograde. We have a full moon in a fiery sign that's about truth and freedom, Sagittarius, and it's with an eclipse. So no surprise here. The thing that continues to show up this week, and what Amy and I are doing, including, a shout out to Jennifer, who posted about that yesterday was the 21st day of the 21st, which is all threes and comes down to the vibration of 3. That was the number 6. 9 was the other number. That's the golden ratio. That is about the divine physical realm. And that is perfectly about this week. I've said today more times, I don't usually, and I think that that's a great sentence for this week in your mantra. I don't usually, but this whole week is about transforming and healing. We start the week with the moon in Scorpio, and this moon is getting us ready for that full moon and for those eclipses, and for Saturn going retrograde. Now Saturn will go back over all the way back to last December. Again, it's about structure, but it's internal. And so this is a big energy getting ready for a long period of time. It will be there until October in retrograde. This is about transforming, using that and the internal structures. So tomorrow, as Saturn goes in to retrograde at 5:21 a.m. and before the moon goes into Aquarius, it's in Libra, our feelings, and we're going to be busy with our dreams. The divine masculine and feminine are trying to balance us, but the male and female are kind of squaring each other. It's going to be a good time to communicate and to be communicating about balance. That's a lesson for this whole week. Let's look at balance. How can I balance myself? Monday brings us a lot of social success, getting ready to change those structures, a good time to take a little bit of a risk. We're going to have a moody week.
Mm. Mm.
And being aware allows you to detach, unattach to others' moods and look at it's from the center. If you can think of starting on Monday, we are riding in the middle of that tarot card, Wheel of Fortune. Ride it from the middle. We're in Gemini. Gemini allows us to see the whole gambit. We can use that energy.
I like that.
So as we get in Tuesday, day before, getting ready, willpower and courage, practical action. It's a good, impressive spirit time, good empathy for self. Relationships themselves are going to be, because everyone is doing this internally, getting ready for this very powerful moon eclipse. Thank you, Sherry, for the article about it turning red in different parts of the world. It's not a relationship response. If you can stay unattached, you can realize what's theirs and what's yours, because you're in this dreamy state. You're in that snake energy, by the way, which is Scorpion, which is the moon is in the beginning of the week. The snake is with November, is about transmutation. It is about transformation, because as we learn, that's where we transform. And on that 25th, dealing with the retrograde, it's awakening of, it's going to feel like sentimental as you're going in at memories, but they're ancestral. Look at what stories come forward this week. Where were they to teach you? I was remembering a story that I thought recently, I maybe read as a kid, but I'm wondering if it's a story I was brought to and why it came forward. And so
I brought it forward. No, as to why, I don't know. No.
And remember what Florentine said to us: give it back, heal it. If you can't heal it, give it back. It's a great time to give back some of those wounds, some of that trauma that is being awakened in your DNA. Again, this is that physical divine, the golden ratio, 369. It's Wednesday. I'm going to come on and do a whole thing about Wednesday. But I would say that Wednesday and Thursday, especially, structure your days if you can for internal work with joy. Do things that will fill your area with joy, but it's about yourself. Good day to get, for me, a pedicure, a good day to be out in nature, whatever element you're resonating with, or sometimes you can even get to. Maybe it's take an extra shower, take a bath. On those 2 days, this full moon in Sagittarius is about stepping into truth and freedoms. Your truth and your freedom is different than someone else's as you're dealing with it. The full moon is at 7:14 Eastern a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it's awakening your desire to be free. To be free and let go of these things. But this is not I'm going to have a big discussion. If you can join a meditation, if you can do something that day that feeds that part of you, this is not a day to make great plans, but the imagination and the dreams are coming forth. Accept them. You'll learn to release what they are. There are strong feelings going into Thursday. Physical healing is going to be needed. This is the physical divine. You have an opportunity this week. If you can continue to tell yourself that though the energies are intense, they are opportunities. It is your paradigm that you can switch. That's
right. I love that. I love that. Say that again.
It is your paradigm.
No,
you can switch.
Sentence right before that about the opportunities.
This is an opportunity. This is an opportunity for healing at the divine level. I have no idea what I said. So replay it. It just comes out, guys.
Well, usually I repeat it, and I wasn't sure I was going to remember it exactly. But yes, you said that they're going to be intense, but look at them
intense
as opportunities. And I
opportunities.
think that was just an important statement to be emphasized, even though neither one of us could remember it.
Um,
We
and
can watch it on the tape.
there's some big awakenings available to you. You don't have to take action, and be aware on Thursday that the moon is moving into Capricorn that day, and it's going to feel like I got to create it. I got to create it. The only structure you have to create is the one that resonates with you and supports you in that moment. This is a definite let it flow in the moment kind of week. It's going to be, there's going to be a lot of inconsistencies. And it's there for 2 days. We've got Venus in Gemini squaring Neptune in Gemini, which is 2 days of independence in love. Don't be afraid, but take care and just be aware. On the 28th, we get to look at our own way, original spirit. We have Capricorn and the moon and the sun in Gemini not talking to each other. So it is a way that it's going to be, the structure is not talking to the expansion. So again, the message from the universe isn't, I can't do anything. It's just structure my day in the moment. And we have a chance with the moon trining Uranus that day to be our own way, working with our own spirit. And on the 29th, Mercury goes retrograde, 6:34 p.m. Like I said, 2 planets go retrograde, an eclipse and a full moon all in 1 week.
Wow.
What I'm going to say to you is pay attention now when Mercury goes in retrograde for the next 3 weeks, because on that particular day, you have Mercury and your Venus working in conjunct in Gemini, and it's showing you in this rather dreamy way the whole continuum, and your communication is about internal at that point. What inspires you? Cheerfully help a friend. Purposely create external, easy communication so that you can bring that energy in when Mercury goes retrograde that day, because it doesn't go till later that night. So if I create that external as I go into this internal communication, I bring it in with me in the relationship with myself. Calm and clarity. That's our focus. How do I stay calm? How do I stay as clear as I can be? And when I'm not clear, I know that I'm recreating my structure. Feel what you want,
Well, I have to say that you have to be calm to get clarity.
Yes, you do.
You're not going to get clarity in a agitated, type of state, or just all like this. You have to be calm to get the clarity. That's what meditation is.
Well, and that whole idea, you're going to feel a pull for, this is what I want to build. No, you've already accomplished that. You have already accomplished the want. So what you're accomplishing beyond that is I now have it. So and when you feel that want pulling you, you can say, oh good, I've accomplished the want. Now I'm going to work on bringing that law of attraction, intention. What is it that I want? And good on next Saturday is a very fertile, this whole week has a lot of dreaminess and a lot of this physical need. So there's kind of that flip-flop energy. So be kind to yourselves this week. Just be aware.
Yes.
And I will be back on to talk about the full moon, because there's so many things with eclipses and
oh my gosh, it's just loaded, isn't it? Can you imagine if a baby were born during all this time? It would be
this week. That's going to be quite the week. Yeah.
So, if you're having a baby, if you're watching this, or somebody it is, this would be a crazy week.
Just remember the divine. It seems that we've gotten definitely the message of 369, the golden ratio.
Yes.
So the divine physical realm. So here we go.
So sorry, my spirit guide cards fly out, and that is just my MO. When they fly out, I know they mean business. The first one that came out was like attracts like. And this is like that Cosmo card, that I think about what you put out there comes back. So just keep that in mind. Like
especially
attracts
this week.
like.
Yes.
And kindness counts. Okay.
Kindness
so if you are thinking about like attracts like, what do you want to be? you want kindness, you need to make sure that kindness is going out for
Well,
others as well.
And you're going to take all that kindness and retrograde it inside, because we go into the internal when planets are in retrograde, and we have the planet of structure and communication going retrograde.
And then one other card that said, wait, I got to come out too. Practice moderation. Ooh, practice moderation. And that's kind of what Kitty was talking about. It's not all about getting it done and doing it. It's just, just kind of calmly do what you need to do to get it done. So practice moderation. Make sure you're being kind, and remember that like attracts like. Okay, those are your messages for this week, unless Kitty has something else she wants to say.
No, I think that's
End it up.
plenty. I mean, for me, it physically feels like that. And that's the whole.
Yes. And I can't wait to hear what you have to say on, did you say Wednesday you're coming on?
I'll probably post it Tuesday so people are ready. So.
Okay. So Tuesday. All right. To get more information, because sometimes in the in the structure of just having this small video, Kitty has so much more information that she could give you, but we don't want to keep it too long because we want you to be able to get your vibe of the week really quick, put it into practice, know what's going on. Now you know how to handle your week, but obviously, because there's so much going on, you need just maybe a little bit more. So look for that on Tuesday from Kitty. All right.
Namaste.
Have a beautiful week, and we'll see you next week. Thank you, friends, for watching.
All right. Bye.